All right, good evening, everyone. For those of us that want to learn something about the census part, the application for census, the first step is for you to open your application. See your application here, and we open it. Okay, now from here you can see the features here are very obvious. Now you come down to this button here, open census part, and you click on the button here. Now you can see several more features here in the application. We have about how many of them? One, two, three, four, five, like that. The first one is provisioning, and then we have the census tax and goals. We have the system configuration, we have the profile and team members, and we have census calendar in that order. Okay, so for now, the census have not yet commenced, so we'll just be using some figures like that just for the purpose of this practice. So we're going to be focusing on this main three aspect. Now the first one is the provisioning and the census tax and goals, and then the system configuration. That's to the level that it can be able to permit us to operate. Okay, so now let's start with the first one here, provisioning. You open your application, the features, and then you see several other features here. We have the authentication, and we have the enumeration area and building frame, and we have the fetch base map, and we have the CS entry setup. We have the get census resources in that order. So but before I continue, I would like to emphasize on something. Whenever you see a rate base highlight, is very important you read it. It's very, very important. You dare not continue or you skip it and ignore it, because they are very important information that you as a numerator, you just have to understand what is there. So you just have to read it. Okay, here you see activate for authentication, so we click on activate. Okay, so here you can see the rate base highlight again, and let's read it out. It says impute the enumeration ID assigned to you in the box below. Your LGA code is 3 digits and your EA code is 7 digits. So all the codes for the LGA and then the EA that was given to you, and that's exactly you're going to insert here. And then we have select practical zone. Okay, so for the purpose of this presentation, we're going to use 3-digit code for just an assumption, so let's use like 1. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see 313 around this or that. Okay, so here we're gonna pick some 7 digit randomly, which may not be able to give us the accurate thing because the application is not yet active in that order. So we have 980036. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. We are left with 1 digit, we add 2. Okay, so now we have our 7-digit EA code, and then we have our 3-digit LGA code. Now from here, what you do next is to select the zone. How many zones are there? You see them. Okay, we have the northwest, we have the south, northeast, we have the north central, we have the southwest, and we have the southeast, and then the south. So as a platoon man, I'm gonna select north central. That's middle belt for you. Okay, so now we are done filling in the needed information. So you click on activate. Okay, you see frame successfully added. So we've actually added one. Okay, so now if it depends on the number of EA you have, so you can actually add another one. Okay, so let's use the same 313, and then maybe a different figure now, 806 2 1. Okay, and then we select our zone is not central. Okay, so we now add again. Now it has been successfully added. So we are done with authentication. So we'll now go to the next one, which is called the enumeration area and building frame. So this menu caption shows the list of all enumeration area and access to download require data set such as building points, special job point, etc within the enumeration area. So this you can be able to download the special features that will give you access to the particular EA of your assignment. So you click and then right, you see all the areas, the EA areas we've actually fetched are here in these features. Okay, you see the first one here, and the second one is the same. So what do? The first thing is to download your polygons. So you click on download, but now it might not work. Why? Because this code we use, the numbers we use, we just forge them. You understand? The census have not properly started, so we don't have the accurate figures. So which we click, it may show us error. But let's try it and see. Okay, click on download. You see, okay, are you about to acquire the Nigerian geographic EA frame with this particular ID? You see the ID shown here. Click proceed to continue. So we are clicking on proceed. Now it's fetching the data. So let's wait a bit. You see, I said it shows error. Why? Because it's just an assumption. We don't have the accurate figures. So now, assuming we have the accurate figures here, it will tick green. Now when it tick green, then you can be able to proceed with the next feature. You can be able to see the EA map, that location. You can see the buildings and all, the locations. So you can go ahead to download the next one, which is the building point, and then download special job points like that, and you apply the same method to this one. Okay, now one thing I want to explain here is that now that it's showing error, you can be able to delete it, but assuming it actually works out, you cannot be able to delete it. So but here is showing, it actually showing a red. This red button here indicate that there's an error in the figures we've actually inserted. So let's try to download the building point and see. Okay, now proceed. Okay, it's you see, frame not found or does not exist. You see, this is because the numbers are not actually accurate. So that is all about it. Okay, let's try the next one. It will show the same thing. Yes, it shows us the same thing. Error. Okay, so now you can be able to delete them. Yeah, sure. You see, so that's just it. Okay, so let's come out of here. Now fetch base map. Okay, here you can be able to fetch your map, and then see this menu caption gives you access to download your base map offline in preparation for field activities. That's where you fill the major informations about your areas of assignment. Please ensure you have completed fetch all data required for selected EA in step 2. Yes, we cannot be able to access the features here because we've not actually completed the other ones. If not, you will see all the information that needed to be filled for each of the household. uh, okay, so here is just to confirm that all other the above processes have actually worked out. So check status and get resources and all of that, and then oath of secrecy, the last one. you know During the training, you've made to understand that there are informations. In fact, the entire census information is meant to be confidential. You don't disclose it to people anyhow. They are confidential information, so you have to keep them all secrecy. Very important. So that is that about it. I think for now, okay, that is provisioning, and the next one is census tax and goals. Let's try to see the futures here. Okay, so now okay, you have select numeration area. The one we did, we've not actually worked even one. So but then let's try and see. Okay, there's none of them is actually showing here because we've not been able to download any one. Okay, So update and list building, you have several features here. So here you just fill in the informations here. Assuming we're able to work out those other steps, this would have been much easier for us to access the features. Okay, so that is that about it. And then we have the system configuration. So this also is not active. So for now, this is all we can be able to access here. So I hoped you've actually learned something. So with time, we'll actually have more updates. That's when we're able to commence the census proper. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Heyman Danladi.